got Sale 13 Milan Kilshaw ahead of Oldham on Sunday. Obviously last time we met was at the Summer Bash in front of the Sky cameras. Come a long way since then. What was your take on that?
Oh, the day is probably one of the best days of my life, and for the club as well. It was to be on Sky and the national TV, and to get a victory of such magnitude, to come back like that was real pleasing. And let's not forget, we was on the back of 10 straight defeats, so we were desperate, and we was 28-12 down at one point, and to come back, it's like I say, it's a real good victory, and we've kicked on since then. I really do think that, and we've I think we've had 2 or 3 wins since then, and it gave us a lot of confidence. Like I say, it was a real good day personally, and for the club, and I know the players enjoyed it and being on that stage as well. But that'll have no bearing on this week. It's 2 different sides playing this week. Some personnel changes on both fronts since then, and obviously we've had the edge over them a few times this season. But like I say, it's a derby game, and we won't be reading too much into it. But we can take a few things that we did well on the day and maybe fix up a few of those areas where we did ship 28 points and had a real dip after that 20-minute mark. So we'll be looking to improve on that definitely this week.
A lot's been made of injuries in both camps. I think Oldham have been very vocal over the last week or so of who's missing and things like that. We've obviously got our own problems. Gary Middlehurst looks like he'll miss, I think, and Rob Masson got a bit of a bang last week. Is there any other notable injuries going into the game?
Gary's a chance. Rob's not. And at this stage, Riley's probably 50-50. And then you've got your longer term ones in Miles, Greenwood, Lewis Palfrey, and obviously Michael Ratu. Otherwise, we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape for it's round 23, and we've had a real consecutive run of games. There've been no breaks. For I think 8 or 9 rounds, so we're not in bad shape at all. A couple of weeks ago before the Swinton game, we had a lot of bumps and bruises, but we've come through that the other side, and we've been smart with the way we've managed the players and managing the load, and also Lauren and her team's been really good in patching them up and getting them back on the field. In terms of Oldham, again, they've got some players in on loan, and they've still got a lot of quality players available, and like I say, it's a derby game, and it doesn't matter which 17s are on the field. They're both going to be enthusiastic, and both sets of sides will be desperate for the points.
Yeah, and just on Oldham, obviously they've like you said, captured a few loan signings over the last week. Is it sometimes a worry for a coach when a few fresh faces come in, or is it a case of it'll be difficult for them new faces to gel, or what's your sort of opinion on that?
Oh, it's probably a little bit of an unknown. It's hard to preview a team if they're bringing new players in, especially where you're not sure where they're going to fit in. Obviously, they've had a few playing consistent from London. Obviously, they signed Adamson before the bash as well, so they've had a few playing from regular, and I think they brought in a couple this week. So we're pretty sure where they're going to play and how they'll line up. They're pretty methodical in what they do. They complete the sets. They kick the ball out and they try and grind you down, and they're an aggressive bunch, and they've got some players there who can offload as well. So we pretty much it's the 3rd time we played him now, the 4th time we played him. So both teams will know how each other team's going to play. There'll be a few trick shots and surprises, I'm sure, on the day, but it's just a case of who's going to perform best on the day and who's going to perform for the full 80 minutes.
There's been quite a bit of bad blood between the two sides, right back to that Law Cup game in, I think it was January, when obviously the incident with George Tyson, and the incident at the Bash with Lewis that's been made a lot of, obviously. Does that play on players' minds and coaches' minds going into a derby?
Oh, I don't think we need the extra motivation or incentive. We're an aggressive team, all an aggressive team, and what I hope is both sets of players all stay on the field. There's no cards. It's not a dirty game. We know it's going to be a tough game. We know it's going to be an aggressive game, but our blokes need to keep a cool head on the weekend, and we won't be getting drawn into any pushing and shoving, any fighting, any verbals. We're going to go out and be disciplined, and be as disciplined as we can with and without the ball. Look, all that's needs to be forgotten about now. There's 80 minutes in front of us. We'll play Oldham again. We know that. So we've got another 2 games against them this year, and we've got to be focused on the outcome of the game and not winning little battles or little squabbles that have developed since January. Both sets of players know each other, on and off the field, and like I say, we just want to go there, focus on us, and get the 2 points.
And we'll have a strong referee in Gareth Hewer. We've had him a few times this year. He's always been reasonably okay. So all in all, he's teeing up for a good contest for the supporters.
Yeah, I think obviously they've looked at it and maybe seen it as a little bit, what has gone on and in the past, and they appointed a really strong referee, and we really respect Gareth. We think he's probably the best referee we've had this season in the Championship, and he's a Super League ref. So we can only thank the RFL for appointing a strong ref, and I'm sure that will contribute to a good, fast flowing game.
And just on to us, it's transfer deadline day. Have you looked to bring any fresh faces in?
Oh, look, we got our business done, a bit earlier on, didn't we, when we brought Foster and Walker in, and they've both brought a lot to the camp. Also, Kev Penny, he's looking likely to be with us till the end of the season, and we've just transferred, the 3 lads who've been with us pretty regular today, and we should announce that later on, in Declan Kay, Lewis Hatton and Lee Mitchell, and all 3 of them have been great for us. Dec's been a great find. I believe Lee Breers tipped us up about him, and he's done a lot of work with him, and I think he's been outstanding for us in the games he's played. Mitch has been with us, most of the year. He's our player now, and we've just concreted that, and Lewis as well. He's not featured, last couple of weeks, but I think he's got a lot to give us in the next 7 weeks, and I'm happy that they've all signed, and it just shows you that the reserves comp is worthwhile, because those 3 might have been lost to the game if they hadn't played reserves this year, and that's when they caught our eye, and they took their opportunities when they've come. The 2 younger lads at Toulouse, and they've not been out of the squad since, and obviously Mitch, he played in the Law Cup, and he's been with us pretty regular all year.
And just want to touch on Ant Walker. He's been named in the Wales train-on squad. Pretty good to have a fully fledged international in the side, and he's obviously been picked up again by Wales. What's your opinion?
Yeah, look, we'll probably get 2 to the World Cup in Ant and Matty Haddon for Ireland. So it's really impressive, and there's a couple of other guys there who might not be far off. I think Rob's performed real well this year. I'm not sure if he made himself available for selection or not. So it's good. It's a good boost for the club. It'd be a great opportunity, and a great experience for those blokes if they do get to go and play in the World Cup in Australia, and obviously they'll come back better players for it, playing in that intense competition. So we congratulate him, and hopefully Ant can stay in good form with us. I think he's brought a lot to the group since he came, and get selected in the squad that flies out to Australia and Papua New Guinea or wherever they're going to be in the first pool of the tournament.